Well, the Civil Aviation Ministry on Tuesday ordered Indigo to reduce its flight schedule by 10% as it would help the crisis-ridden airline to stabilize operations. The Minister, Rama Naidu, summoned the CEO, Peter Elbers, again on Tuesday to get an update. He confirmed that 100% of the refunds for flights affected till 6th of December have been completed. A strict instruction to expedite the completion of the remaining refunds and baggage handover was given. Well, however, the most significant decision was curtailment of the overall Indigo routes to help stabilize the airline's operations and lead to reduced cancellations. Thus, a curtailment of 10% has been ordered. While abiding with it, Indigo will continue to cover all its destinations as before. Further, Indigo has been instructed to comply with all the directives of the ministry, including fare capping and passenger convenience measures without any exception. And for the 9th consecutive day today, flight operations across airport continue to face disruption due to ongoing issues with Indigo's services. 14 flights have been cancelled from Chennai Airport alone today, causing major inconvenience to the passengers. The cancellations come amid acute pilot shortages and operational mismanagement, due to which the airline has been forced to cancel services continuously for over a week. And for more on this, we have Tapas Bhattacharya joining us on the phone line. Well, Tapas, what specific factors within Indigo's operations, such as the pilot shortages, of course we know, or the scheduling practices, prompted the ministry to mandate a 10% reduction in their flights?
Well, first and foremost, it seems that the problem stems from the fact that there was an internal mismanagement, not just from the perspective of the crew roster system, but also from the fact that they bit more than they could chew, and a lot of in combination of a lot of factors, including the major one with the FDTL, the roster system that we are talking about constantly. That has been the case, and that's one of the reasons why yesterday in the morning the DGCA came out first with 5% cut in their schedule, but then later on moved towards after having a discussion with the Civil Aviation Minister, Rama, they decided, along with the CEO of Indigo, they decided that it is imperative to have a 10% cut. To understand the whole issue, you have to understand that it's the first punitive action against India's largest domestic carrier by the government. And in fact, we believe that it will have a major impact on the airlines. The decision of cutting down 10% of the daily scheduled flights will translate into minimum of 216 fewer flights, and this will the cut will remain under periodic review for further necessary action. So what this means is that if there is a requirement for further cut, the DGCA will enforce that. But as of now, what we can say that it's more than 200 flights will be less on the market, and also we've been told that there is a major uncertainty when it comes to the winter session, because we believe that Indigo may not be able to have 200. They may end up losing more than 400 flights if they don't put their house in order. Already, and if we take a close look, we realize that Indigo has cancelled in the 6 metro airports more than 422 flights, and of the 422 flights, Delhi has so far seen 152 flights cancelled, Bangalore 121, Hyderabad 58, Chennai 50, and Mumbai 41. So, and there are lists of other airlines, other places where the airlines has urged in having and running the flight schedule. So that's one part of it. So it is imperative that Indigo puts its house in order. But as of now, the DGCA as well as the Civil Aviation Ministry is quite strict on what they want from Indigo, and they want Indigo to put their house in order before they will be given a chance to run more flights.
Well, Tapas, also Indigo now, of course, has to continue serving all destinations, as you mentioned. How is the airline expected to reallocate aircraft and crew to maintain the full network coverage which is expected now while cutting flights simultaneously?
So the idea is that they don't need to stretch themselves. Earlier, if you take a close look at how they were planning last year onwards, and they knew very well that the FDTL will come into force, and they are saying that right now they are improving their on-time performance. That's up from 30% a week back to almost 90%. But even now, it seems that their onboard services, their services with few services with the airline is still not at par. A lot of people still haven't. I mean, till 6th of the ministry notification states that till 6th of December, whosoever has cancelled their ticket or whose airline ticket has been cancelled, they will be given a full refund. That has been achieved. But what about people who, because of the scenario, have been forced to cut their tickets? I know a lot of people who were traveling this week or last week, who had to take a urgent step of cancelling their ticket and board other airlines flight, which were quite expensive. If just giving you an example, if a flight from Delhi to Bangalore was going at around 16,000 in Indigo, after the situation erupted, that same route was costing over 25 to 40,000. So if that is the scenario, who's going to be penalized for that? So that's another part that Indigo needs to take into consideration, that people who have cancelled their ticket, they need to also be returned, the fully refund their fee, and also there is still a lot of baggages that are still lying in the airport that needs to be also cleared as soon as possible.
Absolutely, passengers are still stranded and the corrective measures are supposed to be taken. Thank you so much, Tapas, for all those details.